This is the 3rd gen Tacoma headlight shield. This is what it's going to kind of come with, but you're going to have a driver passenger side. This is the passenger side right here. I'm starting with this for the install. The brackets are going to be labeled like this: inside bracket, middle bracket, and outside bracket. These are some of the tools you're going to need. 11 millimeter, 10 millimeter, it's a number 4 Allen, basic tools. I throw mine in there. If you have that set up, this assembly right here makes it pretty easy to install some of the hardware. We are going to start with this left side here first. First thing we're going to do on the outside here, in this area, there's a 10 millimeter bolt. We're going to use that as a stud to mount the bracket for the outside. It's all labeled up. There's the bracket. There's the 10 millimeter nut that I supply in the kit and the bracket. Install that guy, put it as parallel to the ground as you can, snug it. You may have to adjust it and give it one last tighten before the final install. Okay, after we got this outside bracket mounted in there, we're going to this step back here. There's that little notch that's in your bumper or your grill section, excuse me. There's a notch there that goes with the notch in the liner here. So when you slide this in, it's going to go at this uphill angle, and even with the Viper cut, this does fit. You'll just have to sneak around the fog lamp, which it does work. I've already tested. But this is going to go up anyways, in that notch and that notch way back in there go into each other like this, so, and then this will slide up like this into that vicinity there. Okay, I'm going to get a little zoomed in here for a moment because I'm using my hands to do this, 2 hands, and this squeaks up into there. Okay, there's a little ridge. I don't know if you can see that little ridge right there. The headlight shield is going to rest kind of pretty much in that area. We'll refine it after we get the other brackets in place. And next step will be, since we got that bracket in, line up the holes here first. You may have to slide this over to tighten that bracket up. Once you get that bracket cinched up and the holes lined up like so, there we go. We can start that bolt. Just start it in position. Let's see, I'm gonna get it kind of going here. Okay, so we're gonna start this. That'll kind of help hold things in place a little bit. I'm gonna leave it backed off a little bit more for now. Okay, so you start that one. Next one is gonna be, there's a 10 millimeter bolt right back in here. Well, I've already removed it. We're gonna reuse it. It goes with the little Z bracket that goes here. We're gonna put that one in next. So this little guy right here, this is the middle, outside bracket, inside bracket. We're gonna use this inside bracket that I made. Rev nut goes to the upside. The bottom slotted hole will go on that 10 millimeter stud that we were using the bolt on. So we can sneak it in here. Goes on top of that guy, this rest there. And then it's gonna come with another washer. I'm just gonna throw this washer in there. And that will go on top of the stud. We're using that nut. Nut's gonna go on there. And you can get this started and just snug so it moves around. That way it holds its position. So when you put your bolt in here, it'll line up easier. So let's go ahead and get that one next. And we're gonna put it in and then just start it a little ways. Let's see if we can do this one-handed. All right, so let's get this sucked down just a little bit. Yeah, right there. Okay, that's in place now, loosely, just like the outside one. Everything's kind of loose right now. From there, let's see, make sure your gasket is tucked in. This will flatten out right now with this type of cut. We're gonna fix that here in a moment. We'll be able to fix that with this middle bracket that we're gonna install next, which is gonna be that guy. And the bracket's here. I use the special PEM nut that's on here, so you can squeak it in to here, like so. Next step there would be to put the bolt for my kit into there. Again, just start it all up. Just leave it so it can move around a little bit. And then from there, it's going to be installing this little supplied hardware again with washer into the hole. It's factory hole here. And there's going to be a nut and another washer that go to the back side of that. You're going to get close for a moment. Let's see. Okay, get that all started. If the front end is okay, now that we got this bracket installed, there's some adjustment with the liner. It looks like it's sitting pretty good right now, pretty level. With this cut here, you may have to adjust this just a little bit by pushing the front end up just a tiny bit, and then possibly pulling this bracket. That's why it is slotted, so you can pull it down a little bit. That keeps the front end up. See how it moves like that? So anyways, we're set here now at our height where we want to be. We're going to go ahead and tighten this one up. Now that we got this one tightened up, we're going to start tightening the other outside one here, the middle one, and the inside one here, and then tighten that 10 millimeter that's back in here also up. All right, this is the liner installed. Let's do a quick little roundabout so you can kind of see where everything kind of sits within that vicinity. That's the notch. And it runs right along. A cut there. Okay, and then it works with high clearance fender liners. It also works with high clearance cut with metal bumpers. And then it also works with the Viper cuts. I've already tested it. Like I said, it does clear the lights, the fog lamps. You just have to kind of squeak it in at the angle that we went through at the very beginning part of the install. I hope the install wasn't too difficult. I really do appreciate your support on purchasing my products. I really do. Thank you. I really hope these help protecting your headlights, because I know some of those headlights out there are pretty darn expensive. This definitely help with when you're going through puddles from the water getting blasted up into those lights, causing any damage. Again, thank you.